March 20th. Morning. Maria put down the morning tabloid. Well, what's the verdict? But seriously, who would have known that one of Quasar's front row girls had a gambling addiction this bad? What's that Kamajo doing letting clowns of this on the unit? Okay. This is industry, I tell you. This industry's messing girls up. Boy, producer, you better take good care of us. That shit like this doesn't happen to us. Pardon? As quickly as the paparazzi had centered on Nemu, they had completely vanished without a trace, as if they were never that interested in her in the first place. How was any of that my response? You can fuck off. By now, they were doubtlessly swarming the Golden Calf office. Oh, pity. Their attention's now entirely wrapped around this newest gambling scandal. And in about a week, the focus would doubtlessly be diverted to some other poor girl they went to hound on for no apparent reason. Of course, that wouldn't happen to us. Besides, you know better than anyone that all the words on that gossip rag are nonsense. They're just spinning out a bunch of context statements and misleading photographs into the next big scandal of the century. I can't believe you still fall for that junk. I'm just reading this to keep abreast of the industry developments. That's all. It's my job as general manager to keep this in the know, you know? Meanwhile, a certain lolly had picked up a new penchant for a new drink. Aki was sitting on the table, gulping down a carton of milk. Aki, no. Hey, look. No matter how much milk you drink now, I don't think your body's gonna drink that much more. She spun to face me. What do you mean, how did I know? It's a trope as old as time. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? All you've been doing lately is staring at Nema's chest. Honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought you suddenly realized you like girls more and decided to fall into the arms of your new Ine-sama. Let the fanfiction flow. No! Idiot, as if I spun that way. I forgot to read that. I was just thinking, maybe if I could do a booby smasher too, then I'd finally be able to be the sinner. And with that expression too, I mean, right about now, it'd be like hitting someone with a 2x4. Planking. New meaning. What are you making me say? Stupid producer-san. Stupid. Baka baka. Shut up. What? Once Aki-chan becomes Aki-sama, you better make her the sinner, right? Alright? Listen, if you don't stop this, I will tie you to a street lamp by your twin tails. Alright. With that, Aki began shotgunning carton after carton of milk down her throat. Oi. If you keep that up, the only thing that's going to get big is your belly. I lean back against my chair. The girls back to the usual annex. The papers were no longer running scandalous stories about us, for now. Our social media pages once again filled with excited fans talking about our most recent live for now. And I was once again beginning to receive emails from prospective clients who wanted to hire their girls for jobs for now. Normalcy had returned to Shiny Productions for now. And this time, I was more than eager to keep things this way for as long as I possibly could keep a stranglehold on that. Or, so I thought. Oh, we're back to the smooth jazz. Oh yes. But alas, there was never a dull moment with the girl in Starnova. I found Nemo standing outside my door, dressed up in that black dress of hers. Ara, good evening, producer-san. Nemu, what are you doing here? Teehee, am I not allowed to visit my own producer's apartment every now and then? Well, I suppose you're right. Come in? Nemu entered the apartment as if she owned the place, which technically, she practically owes me this point. I mean, might as well. You're dressed nicely tonight. Very flattering to your figure. A nice dress. I don't remember you being signed up for a job, so, just for you, producer-san. Must be frustrating now to always peddle merchandise, but never enjoy it I know where you're going with that, and I don't quite like it. It's something kind of... It's like the greasy producer kind of, you know, vibes from that statement. That sounds like something some... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna... I suppose you're not just talking about the dress. No. Yeah. I looked out in the cityscape with her. I thought it wouldn't bother me. After all, I wanted to be completely devoted to my job. For a while, ensuring the girls in Starnova shine brighter than any of the stars out there was my only purpose. But I guess recent events changed that perspective. People are more than just assets on a sheet to push around. You know, for as much as this route started, really hammering home that plot point, he never, like, there was... Okay, I never really felt like there was progression on it. Rather, as opposed to, like, I feel like it just sort of snapped suddenly, right? Like, it was just kind of a dawning thing, and it was like... back to the usual producer, which was a little disappointing. I kind of wish there had been, because I like that idea of the player character also going through, you know, some character development there. You know, having become more materialistic and looking at the girls Starnova as pretty much just, yeah, assets, as just merchandise, as Nemu phrased. I'm not saying that I thought that it was a bad move. I'm just a little disappointed that there wasn't more of like something that was almost more directly his fault that kind of pushed him over, just as, you know, and eventually, you know, Nemu as well in her own side of the storyline. Maybe if Oeda-san as producer realized that, she wouldn't have turned up like that. Who's to say? I'm gonna watch over you from now. Don't worry. You'll never turn like your mother. You can't promise that. Heart in the right place, even if... but you just can't, man. I'll see you to that. Producer-san. Taking the initiative, I wrapped my arms around her and locked our lips together. Ellipses. You don't need to be afraid anymore. That demon residing somewhere deep in your heart, if it ever rears its face again, this time, I'll be the one to put it down for good. Producer-san certainly does know all the shortcuts to a girl's heart. Does he, though? That line could have easily been plucked out of the pages of a shoujo manga. A bad one with that. I mean, let's just say I've had some experience in that apartment. It has boxes of shoujo manga under his bed. Or better yet, boxes under one of the floorboards that's just slightly loose. Experience? Oh, are you saying a bit of the minute of the women before, Producer-san? No, not like that. I meant the otaku thing. You know, more like training. Manga. Now this I simply do not understand the meaning of. I'll take this for some of the time. For now, we've got business to attend to, right? Right? My arms are on Nemu. Very well. Oops, sorry. The producer-san is the one insisting. Fade to black. 1 year later. It's like the Lord of the Rings of the ending in this bitch. I'm not complaining, I'm just... Before I knew it, a whole year and yet another anniversary live had come and gone. I wouldn't say everything was smooth sailing after what happened last year. In fact, a whole bunch of new problems arose, and we almost lost our necks nearly half a dozen times after that. Keyword being, almost. Yet, despite the numerous challenges that run throughout us, the girl in Starnova was still doing their best this very day. Our second anniversary live was an even bigger hit than our first. In fact, I'm proud to say we filled every seat in the Tokyo Dome. Maria bawled her eyes out for a good half hour when she finally saw the massive ball of glow sticks surround her that night. Aww. However, the second anniversary live brought with it a bittersweet announcement. The stepping down of Akimoto Nemu as Starnova Center, and her decision to graduate before the beginning of summer. The time had finally come for Nemu to leave the spotlight and settle down for a quieter life. Out of curiosity, did you pick Aki to replace her? Please say no. Even though I'm sorry for the fans Starnova to say this. Yahoo! Now I can finally think about marriages start with Nemu. And children, too. Okay, scratch the last bit. But marriage and Nemu and some good old... Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Clapping cheeks is what I'm getting at. That wasn't... That's just... Oh, shoot, mate. Oh. I clicked off the game. So I wanted out. I was like, I'm just gonna exit the premises. I don't belong here anymore. Yes, my life was gonna get a whole lot brighter that Nemo could finally be my public girlfriend. I'd be tapping that ass. So let me tell you, Nemo's coming graduation also brought good news to a certain lady. I swear to God, if you show Aki with like large, I'm probably going to have nightmares. Well, she's not a shit lolly anymore, so there's that. She actually grew up. Yay! Never mind, that's for the better. I prefer you like this. I legit. It's weird because I'm not used to seeing her like this. Do prefer this look, though. Just because it's not as weird. Yes, it was just a few months ago when this mysterious woman appeared in the front door of Shining Productions. In that short span of time, she somehow soared above the ranks of her senior talents and became the new center of Starnova. Just who was this mysterious lady? Where did she come from? Who the hell do you call a mysterious lady, a dork? It's me, Kashiwagiaki. Don't you remember me? I had no idea this lady was talking about. I like to think that he's literally just sitting there in his chair, leaned back, maybe feet up on the desk or something, just monologuing this as he looks at her with a dry-ass look on his face. Aki-chan was just a shit lolly, barely tall enough to reach my waist. There's no way she could ever sprout those Imperial-class knockers in that chest. Like, it's gotta have like a fucking black and white noir detective vibe to it. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Aren't you, producer? After everything I did to become the new center, you're still treating me like an idiot. Oh, hello. But who would have known Aki-chan would suddenly hit a growth spurt like that? She was spouting so fast Natan here thought she was gone on growth serums. Still, I can't believe things turned out like this. Naki ended up our new center. I knew it. Two sons of breast man. If he was one, never mind. She was not a leg man? I mean, have you seen him? I mean, bounce of the world neat once now. Boingo. If this is what it takes, then Aki-sama will become whatever is needed to become the top idol of Japan. Single-minded devotion for us is really something, eh? Oh well. Against that level of obsession, I guess we really didn't stand a chance. Figures. Yeah, literally, figures. Never mind. Bad joke. Anyways, I'm surprised that Eminem was the one that ended up graduating first. Oh, Maria, isn't it time that you started considering graduation as well? Fuck off. Let her enjoy this as long as she fucking wants, you shit lolly. I mean, okay, you're not a lolly anymore, thank God, but shithead. There you go, fine. Ribbon. I don't know. It's weird. Your nickname is gone now. It doesn't work anymore. But leave Maria alone. Yeah, you tell her. I can't believe you. I guess even in your new form, you're still a shitload at the very end. Yeah, she fucking evolved. Still got plenty of moves left of me, seriously. It's all thanks to me that we got that live in the JSDF hangar bay. All those soldier guys really love me. I hear enlistment shot in the roof thanks to my collaboration campaign. So, I'm not going to retire yet. Not anytime soon. Shut up, Aki. Besides, Nemo only decided to graduate so she could spend more time riding that with producers on. Those two lovebirds hadn't fallen bitch like this discussion wouldn't even be happening right now. Got that right. Stop it. Good thing Nema's replacement's already ready. It would have been quite a shock for Aki-sama here if we somehow ended up becoming an even numbered idol unit for two centers. Ended up having to share the spotlight with someone else after all that work. I can get to see the kid she'd be screaming right now. Anyways, everything worked out in the end. Something worked out at all. It worked out for you. Unless Natsuki, why? Unless Maria suddenly slipped the disc and had to unexpectedly retire, I wonder who Pekin would choose a second center then. Oi, Maria, make sure you take good care of yourself. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. I see how the tables have turned. You go to the doctor regularly, right? Getting your back checked out. There's no problems, right? God, like I said. Could treat me like some granny. I went downstairs and found the rest of the girls practicing with the newest member of the unit. Carrie ran towards me and bowed. I wanted you to be in an actual run, though. Oh, she gets her chance, though. That's so good. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's. I cannot tell her how relieved I am to see that she's actually. Yep, Carrie-chan ended up joining the unit after all. But how, you ask? After things settled down after our first anniversary live, Nema got a multi-million yen loan from Haruno-san and sent Carrie overseas to receive medical treatment from the best sports injury doctors. While the rehab process took nearly a year, Carrie regained control of her ankle and became fit for performance again. Thus, the tragic outcome of Carrie never again becoming an idol was averted, and Starnova would continue to be a seven-member unit after Nema's graduation. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. She actually kept her word. I'm sorry for doubting her then. I was really things turned out this way. Had Carrie really ended up disabled for life, I don't think Nema would ever have been able to forgive herself. Of course, Nema would still have to pay for the consequences of her actions a year ago. Quite literally. With a debt that huge looming over her head, she was going to have to work her tail off for the rest of her life to pay all that off. Well, since her creditor was her own mother, she wouldn't be sold off to Yakuza or anything like that, but it was still quite a large amount of money. To that end, Nemu immediately began training under her mother to one day operate a corporation of her own. Oh well, I guess the rich still playing the game of life on easy mode after all. Not that I could talk, I've made myself quite wealthy from Starnova's proceedings as well. In the end, while Nemu was going to have to work hard for the remainder of her life, it wasn't like we were going to live in a cardboard box under the bridge either. Looks like Producer-san's hard work paid off. Why are you blushing? While there were plenty of patchy moments, the future looks bright. Hey, haven't you been acting a little too normal lately? Whatever could you mean? I'm just saying, you'd have said something along the lines of, "The world shall tremble under the might of Black Knight," or something in that this sort of situation. I am rapidly losing the ability to talk, more and more. Can't give up the staple, can ya, Mika? Just can't give up the label. You're typecasted. I'm sorry. Well, choice, my minions. The Black Opera shall continue evermore. Now, it's only a matter of time until Mika-chan graduated from that. It simply means she's becoming accustomed to working with us. Exactly. I guess so. Oh, God. Really, why? Carrie-chan, you wouldn't believe this, but 2 years ago, this girl right here had never even left her apartment since graduating from high school. Mika-senpai, you don't mean you were a Hikikomori? Hikikomori, I pronounced that wrong. What are you doing saying things like that in front of my new kohai? Then, just 2 years back, Julie-chan was engaging in compensated dating. With the Judy fan thing, too. She was the top bitch of Starnova. Top bitch, I tell you. Wow. Oi, how are you saying Julie-chan? The top bitch. Now, calm down, you two. Yes, Salami, make sure they stop fighting. You gotta set a good example for your kohai, after all. Ellipses. After a long day of work, I paid a visit to Oeda-san's hospital with the Akimotos. Producer-san, feels like it's been forever. You saw me just yesterday and the anniversary live. But we've been so busy lately. We hardly ever get alone time nowadays. Don't worry, just a few months we'll be able to see each other whenever we want. You're very well, Producer-san. Nemo should do her best to be patient till then. By the way, just when are you gonna stop calling me that? I have a name, you know. What was that again? It's downright bizarre hearing you not call me nothing but Producer-san when we've been going out for so long. Tenema Nemo, producer will always be produces on. A label, nothing more. I raise my hands in defeat. Indeed, my name had been forever lost in the pages of history. Honestly, even I had a hard time remembering what it was now. I've even heard at least one of... I don't know if it was his first or last name, but... And I don't even remember what it was. Well, it is what it is. We entered Ueda-san's room. Okay, see, I was wondering if we'd get some woman like this, like you do Aki and her mom. So, okay. At least in this case, it's... I mean, in the present case, it's not as... quite as, you know, depressing as it was with Aki and her mom. Ueda-san has still had a long path before she would be fully cured of her mental illness. However, Haruna-san told me that she had been responding better to her treatment recently. Perhaps one day she might be able to lead this institution and assume a normal life. I knew deep in her heart she still not had forgiven herself for her actions. Maybe she could never forgive herself for attempting to kill her own daughter not once but twice. I mean, really? That's the kind of thing a parent should never be able to forgive themselves for, you know, almost doing. Like, I'm not saying, you know, during the circumstances, because, you know, I'm not saying let that guilt rot away at you or anything, but, like, that's a lesson that you should never just let go. Because there's just, you know, hurting your own kid. That's a, ugh. But if her daughter could overcome her demons to become the woman she is today, then that could only mean there was still hope left for the mother as well. That's a positive way to look at it. I'll give you that. The two of us walked along the beach outside the hospital. Yeah. Didn't feel like it, but yeah. Sure was. Still not even halfway over. Starnova's still got a long way to go until you become the number one idol group in Japan. That Kamisho is still outmaneuvering us all the time. This year, I swear. This year we're finally going to climb the top rank at the Idol Grand Prix and wipe that smirk from his face. I guess I'm still an idol maniac. Nemu. Even if the road ahead of us is long, and who knows what new troubles await us. Whatever happens, I want to face them alongside you. For as long as we live, let's be together. Forever. Bless you, bless you. Ellipses. And a halo of rainbow. And so, my happy days of living together as one with Nemo began. While the stories of many idols were filled with disappointments and tears, I'm happy to say that Nemo's idle story ended not with despair, but with a kiss under the sunset at the beach. After all, if I couldn't give my idols a happy life, what kind of producer would I be? We lived happily together as one after that, both of us doing our very best to lead productive and joyful lives. That demon which reared its head on so many dark occasions in Nemo's past must have shriveled up from lack of food and finally died. Yes, the dark demon which haunted Nemo never once again reappeared. It had been completely vanquished, never to be seen again. The two of us walked along the beach, not a shadow of darkness in our hearts. Aw. Well, you know what that means. I'll see you next time for the start of the next route. Oh boy, which one am I gonna go with now?